Ever wonder what cars in the 1980s would look like if designers had no limits? The 80s were a time of wild creativity where excess, technology, and optimism collided. Think of cars with wacky shapes, glowing features, and futuristic tech. Remember the Pontiac Banshee or the Dodge M4S Turbo? These mind-blowing concept cars were glimpses into the future, and some of them never made it past the drawing board. Let's take a ride through the 20 most unusual concept cars of the 80s. Number 20, 1989 Pontiac Stinger. The 1989 Pontiac Stinger was a bright neon green beach buggy that looked futuristic, resembling the early concept to the Pontiac Aztek. It was a quirky vehicle designed as a lifestyle car that gave the impression of being capable off-road. Though the Stinger would have actually performed well in rough terrain if it had been produced, the Stinger featured a range of unusual accessories, including a detachable cooler and camping gear, which would later appear in the Aztek. It had a bold and fun design meant for adventure seekers, offering more than just looks. With its distinctive style and practical features, the Pontiac Stinger could have become an exciting off-road vehicle, but it never made it to production, leaving its potential unrealized. Number 19, 1987 Ultrammobile Aerotch. The Ultrammobile Aerotch, introduced in 1987, was a concept car that came before the McLaren Speedtail by more than 30 years. Yet both shared similar ideas. The Aerotch was designed for extreme aerodynamic efficiency to achieve incredible speed on straight roads. Unlike the McLaren Speedtail, which used a twin-turbo V8 engine, the Aerotch showcased Oldsmobile's innovative quad-4 inline-4 turbocharged engine. This engine produced over 1,000 horsepower, a feat of engineering at the time. Thanks to its powerful engine and aerodynamic design, the Aerotch reached an impressive top speed of 275 mph, making it an extraordinary example of automotive technology. Its design and performance still stand as a remarkable achievement in the history of concept cars. Number 18, 1980 Citroen Car. The Citroen Car, released in 1980, was a striking concept car that caught attention due to its unique triangular shape. The design of this car was recently compared to the Tesla Cybertruck, which also has a bold, angular look. While the Tesla model is impressive, the Citroen Car was ahead of its time, coming 40 years earlier and still looking futuristic. It featured a center-mount steering wheel and a 3-seat arrangement side by side. This setup was likely intended to improve aerodynamics, but it also allowed the designers to create the car's distinctive prism-like form. The car stood out not only for its eye-catching design, but also for the unconventional seating layout, making it a memorable concept in automotive history. Number 17, 1980 Ford Maya. The Ford Maya, released in 1984, was a concept car created to test the American market's interest in a Targa-top sports car from Ford. The car had a unique design that might make people think it was either a tribute to the BMW M1 or a video game supercar from the 1980s. Ford asked Ital Design, an Italian design firm, to develop the Maya. The car was powered by a 3L V6 engine that Yamaha developed, which would later be used in the production Ford Taurus SHO. This concept was Ford's way of exploring the idea of a stylish and powerful sports car, but it never reached production. Yamaha showcased the company's innovative thinking, even though it never became a reality for consumers. Number 16, 1980 Lamborghini Athon by Bertoni. In the 1980s, Bertoni was a major player in car design, known for creating some of the most famous car styles of the time. Along with Ital Design and Pininfarina, Bertoni helped lead the wedge-shaped trend in automotive design. The Lamborghini Athon, a concept car, was an example of their futuristic vision. Its appearance was reminiscent of something from the science fiction movie Blade Runner, showcasing an advanced, sleek look. Though the Athon was never produced, some of its design elements influenced future Lamborghini models like the Jalpa and the Gallardo. The concept car was an exciting glimpse of a future Lamborghini that never came to be, yet it contributed to the evolution of the brand's styling in years to come. The term the Athon is remembered as a bold and imaginative concept from the 1980. Number 15, 1986, Ital Makimoto. Italo-designed Makimoto, created in 1986, combined the Italian words for car and motorcycle, which reflected its unusual design. This concept car featured 6 seats, each resembling a motorcycle saddle. To sit in them, people had to strap themselves in, similar to how passengers are secured in a roller coaster ride at amusement parks. The Makimoto was built on the Volkswagen Golf platform, which is typically known for being a practical and common vehicle. It used a 1.8 L4-cylinder engine that produced just under 140 horsepower. This unique vehicle mixed the feel of a motorcycle with the structure of a car, offering an unconventional driving experience. While its design was bold and unusual, its performance remained modest, offering just enough power for casual driving. Number 14, 1984, Bertoni Ramaro Corvette. The Bertoni Ramaro Corvette, introduced in 1984, was a unique sports car created through a partnership between Chevrolet and the Italian design company Bertoni. Chevrolet wanted to present the C4 Corvette to a European market in the mid-1980s, but recognized that its American styling would not appeal to European tastes. To solve this issue, Chevrolet gave Bertoni an entire C4 Corvette chassis and instructed them to create a new body for the car. The result was the Ramaro, which means green lizard in Italian. This sleek concept car featured a fresh design that blended the Corvette's performance with European styling, aiming to attract more attention from European customers. The Ramaro Corvette remained a concept, never reaching production, but it showcased the potential for future design collaborations between American car manufacturers and European design houses. Number 13, 1981, Citroen Xenia. The Citroen Xenia was a concept car developed in 1981 during the 1980s. Many American companies were focused on creating performance-driven vehicles, while Citroen Xenia concentrated on designing people carrier concepts, such as the Xenia. This concept car appeared to be an early version of a small multi-purpose vehicle, a category that became popular in Europe, inspired by models like the Renault Espos. Citroen had planned to introduce the Xenia to the American market, where it would have competed against established vehicles such as the Dodge Caravan. Later, it would have faced competition from General Motors minivans, which became known for their distinctive dust-buster design. The Xenia's design unintentionally resembled these vehicles, though it aimed to offer a different, more compact alternative for the people-carrying segment. Ultimately, the Xenia remained a concept without production. Number 12, 1980 Aston Martin Bulldog. The Aston Martin Bulldog, introduced in 1980, was a striking wedge-shaped concept car that followed the 1976 release of the Lagonda sedan. Although it appeared to be the design concept that would have inspired the sedan, it was actually built to showcase Aston Martin's new engineering capabilities. The car aimed to break the record for the fastest production car at the time. Powered by a 5.3 L-twin turbo V8 engine, the Bulldog reached a top speed of 192 mph, which, although impressive, did not set the record. Nevertheless, the speed achieved was remarkable for a car from that era. Number 11, 1983 Nissan NX21. Released in 1983, the Nissan NX21 immediately turned heads with its futuristic design, almost like a 1980s preview of the Hyundai Prophecy concept. With sleek, well-balanced proportions and smooth, clean lines, the NX21 looked like it came from the future. Yet, it still had its quirky 80s charm, like split-folding gull-wing doors. At its core, a recent product gas turbine engine powering the rear wheels, an unconventional and innovative choice that pushed the boundaries of what was possible. The NX21 wasn't just a concept, it was a vision of what Nissan could have become if it had continued exploring bold, creative paths. Number 10, 1983 Buick Quester. In an era dominated by sharp angles and boxy shapes, the Buick Quester stood out with its smooth aerodynamic curves. The design not only broke the mold for the 1980s, but also influenced the look of GM's electric vehicles into the 90s, including the groundbreaking EV1, packed with futuristic tech like a laser key system, a voice-activated phone, and cameras instead of mirrors. The Quester was a glimpse into the future of automotive design. Though it never saw production, its legacy lives on in features we now take for granted. Number 9, 1983 Chrysler Lamborghini Portofino. During the brief era when Lamborghini was owned by Chrysler, a bold idea took shape: a four-door Lamborghini Enter the Chrysler Lamborghini Portofino. This concept fused Italian flair with American ambition, and while it never made it to production, its DNA lived on faintly in the Dodge Intrepid, a car that ultimately disappointed fans hoping for something more exotic. The Portofino remains a tantalizing what-if in automotive history, proof that bold partnerships don't always produce bold results.
Number 8.
1986 Chevrolet Corvette Indy Concept. Long before the C8 mid-engine Corvette made headlines, the 1986 Corvette Indy Concept was already pointing the way forward. Built with lightweight materials like Kevlar and carbon fiber, and tuned by Lotus for high-performance handling, the Indy Concept packed a 2.65 L-twin turbo V8 engine, producing over 600 horsepower. With advanced suspension tech and race car DNA, this concept wasn't just ahead of its time, it was a full-sped leap into the future. Number 7. 1988 Pontiac Banshee. The 1988 Pontiac Banshee marked a major turning point in car design. It ditched the hard-edged lines of the 70S and early 80S for sleek, flowing curves that would define the next decade. It was also the starting point for the 4th-gen Firebird, a muscle car legend. The Banshee's aggressive, futuristic design helped Pontiac pivot toward a more modern aesthetic, proving that muscle cars could evolve with the times. Number 6. 1987 Chevrolet Express. Before the name Express was used for vans, Chevrolet gave it to a radical concept car. The 1987 Chevrolet Express featured a full carbon fiber body, an opening canopy-style roof, and a gas turbine engine that could push it to 150 MP. If it looks familiar, that's because it had a cameo in Back to the Future Part 2, driving around the fictional 2015. Lightweight, fast, and incredibly futuristic, the Express remains one of GM's most daring creations. Number 5. 1987 Chevrolet Blazer XT1. The Blazer XT1 wasn't just a rugged off-roader, it was a preview of what SUVs could become. With sharp, boxy lines and a retractable roof, this concept blended function and futurism. Inside, it had a digital dashboard that looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. While it never reached production, the XT1 helped shape GM's future SUVs and showed off what was possible in the off-road world. Number 4. 1984 Dodge M4S Turbo Interceptor. The M4S Turbo Interceptor may be best known for its starring role in The Wraith, but this car was more than just a movie prop. It had a sleek aerodynamic body and a twin-turbo engine that delivered real performance. Its aggressive styling and high-speed capability made it feel like a car from another dimension. Although it never hit the production line, the M4S left a lasting legacy in both film and design. Number 3. 1984 Honda HPX. Co-developed with Italian design house Pininfarina, the Honda HPX, or Honda Pininfarina Experimental, was a stylish mid-engine sports car that laid the groundwork for the legendary Acura NSX. It introduced advanced aerodynamics and exceptional handling, showing the world that Honda could do more than just economy cars. The HPX was proof that high performance and elegance could go hand in hand. Number 2. 1984 Ford Probe IV. With its teardrop shape and covered wheels, the Ford Probe IV looked like something out of a sci-fi film. But behind the looks was a serious engineering focus, fuel efficiency, and aerodynamics. It had a drag, a coefficient that was nearly unheard of at the time. Though it never went into production, it inspired the later Ford Probe models and helped shape Ford's approach to energy-efficient vehicle. Number 1. 1983 Mazda MX2. Topping the list is the Mazda MX2, a wedge-shaped marvel that captured the spirit of future city driving. With four-wheel steering, digital controls, and an emphasis on agility, the MX2 was designed for urban environments. It was compact, high-tech, and forward-thinking. Though it stayed a concept, its ideas live on in today's compact and tech-heavy cars. So which of these futuristic 1980S concept cars blew your mind the most? From wild designs to cutting-edge tech, these vehicles prove that the 80S weren't just about boxy sedans and cassette decks. They were also a playground for innovation. If you enjoyed this retro futuristic ride, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more quirky car content.